Muted again. I'm always muted. Hey, Smoochie. Hey, Roger Blair. In Kentucky, huh? So everybody's doing. Got 6 watching. That's cool. Welcome, everybody. We're going to just chill out and hang. We can see what goes down. Find out if we got something to talk about. Everybody's out running around. So how are you folks doing tonight? Hope everybody can hear me. My voice is a little scruffy. I got lag going. I may have to turn YouTube off. Hey, Ralph, how you doing? Had to drop in and see what was happening before bed. Thanks, Ralph. Yeah, click that thumbs up. You have a good night, Ralph. Have a good day tomorrow, okay? Hey, Jules, how you doing, hon? That's good. Everybody seems to be hanging. I have... Okay, Smooch. But just be a little careful. I don't want to get Gemma in too much trouble. Don't want to cause any problems because they're, YouTube's being awful picky. And of course, she waits till I get on to say something. Everybody can't hear me, right? It sounds like I'm good. It's only because I have no real sound on. So everybody good? I got to say good night to her. She's checking in on me. She does this right when we stream. She'll probably watch it. Good night. Love you. One second why I'm being professional here and ignoring you guys. I'm sorry. It's too funny. Man, I horrible typer, man. Horrible. I'm just horrible. There we go. Just be careful, guys. That's all I ask, is because she can get in trouble. Mm-hmm. And she's got some not so nice people who don't like to, they'd like to give a little grief. So over toward city. Okay. Yeah, my brother lives in Tennessee. Family's from bits and parts of Kentucky up, and then moved up here toward Chile coffee. Oh, I'm sure they do. Smoochie. I'm just saying, just watch the language. You can have fun. Just watch the language. That's all I ask. Well, small world indeed. Good to see you, neighbor. Yeah, there's people real close everywhere. That's cool. It's a smaller world than you think, huh? You guys are being crazy. That's all right. That's what we're here for. Hey, Chris, how you doing, sir? Cindy, how you doing, Miss Cindy? Have family in Bristol. The racetrack. So are you folks coming in having a good night? I know Bigfoot's out running around somewhere, Long Island, Mike. And I didn't get to see much of anybody else tonight. I've been, excuse me, running around trying to take care of business. No, you're good. I just don't want Gemma to get in trouble. That's all I ask. It's, especially when we're all cramped together in certain areas of the countries. Losing my voice. Yeah, I've been go trying to do this and try to do that. Oh, I gotta let her know. So sorry about that. Hold on one sec. Let her know. Man. Okay, now. Well, if you call what I do rock, I do rock. Put you on mine. Watch it for me. So what everybody else doing? Down the road from the racetrack. Oh, there you go. You have a friend that goes. I used to have a friend that goes every year, every Bristol race. I think he's been to like 20 of them, 30 of them. I don't know. It was a lot. He's been going since he was a kid. Yeah, I don't mind racing. Hip hop turned 50 today. Don't you feel old? Watching a big birthday concert live from Yankee Stadium. So that's where all the cops are at. I don't know. I'm not in New York, but I bet that's where all the cops are at. Looks like a good time. See, I'm not a hip hop guy. I don't mind some of it. I'm just not hip. I appreciate it. I have few stuff laying around, but I'm going on State Street. You're special. Thank you. Who are you specialing? I'm not special. You're special. We're all special. Hello, Shelly. How you doing, hon? I'm in a pretty good mood. It's been a crazy day. I actually got to stay pretty close to home today, so I didn't have to interact with what I see out there. But I got a lot done. Can't complain. Hey, Blue Crossroads. You throw the rappers away. I don't mind rappers. I mean, if it's good, I'll listen to it. You would be surprised what I listen to. A lot of people are. Considering that I was in 78, 77, 78, 79, that was a pretty big punker. And then I went from but before that, I had older brothers, so I was into all the, classic rock and Mom and the Lawrence Welk and all that crap and the Gaither Brothers. So I had a pretty good taste of a little bit of everything. I love classical. I couldn't tell you who was what, but I love listening to it. Crickets are loud tonight, sitting on my front porch. Oh, I bet they are. We're supposed to get storms tonight. The deer were all over the place, so they must know it's coming because they came up early from the cemetery and are eating everything in sight. As soon as the lightning starts to go, they'll be gone like wild. They're gone. Oh, be nice, guys. Hey, Blue. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Yeah, Cindy's at her mom, so she'll be hard to talk to for a while for everybody. She get a break. She needs it. And then Monday, her video. I'll know probably tomorrow. Hopefully she'll put up a thumbnail, and I will probably post it Saturday night, tomorrow night, so everybody sees what it is. All right, good night, kids. Kids got a kick. Oh yeah, the kids are always up early. I used to be, but I'm not sleeping, so I'm not going to bed till like when the sun comes up, and I'm sleeping maybe a couple hours. The other night, now yesterday I slept pretty good because man, whew, took my son to the airport. And I guess he's coming home early because I got to go get him tomorrow. So he's coming back from Florida. He's not staying until Monday. I don't know what went down, but he stayed for the graduation. He said he's ready to come home. So he's coming home. I got to get him tomorrow. But yeah, took him to the airport at 3 a.m., got home about 4. And I was up till the sun went up, came up, went to bed, tried to go to bed for a while. And then when I got back up in about 2 hours, no, I slept about 4 hours for almost 5 hours. That was probably the longest I've slept in a while. I subscribed from Eric's channel today. Unsubscribed from Eric's channel today? Really? Why? The meteor shower is supposed to start tonight. Yes. I got my telescope ready. I'm just hoping I can get out if it doesn't cloud up tonight. Thank you for bringing that up, Cindy. Who's that, her mom? Yeah. I believe Jim is. Meteor strikes. Okay, Smoochie. I've seen my share of them. Yeah, white crips. So what happened with I don't mind Eric. I bummed out I couldn't finish the show, but apparently I wasn't supposed to be on it. And I'm too busy right now trying to get everything finished up so I can start having a life again. Oh, okay. Okay, that says a lot. You don't say any more than that. We'll see what happens. Everyone around here saying they're seeing UFOs. You know, I think my dad was watching one the other day. I walked outside and he was looking up at the sky. I could tell he was following something. I just couldn't figure out what he was following. Oh, Jules, thank you so much. And Gemma thanks you too, hon, because this all goes to Gemma to the channel. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it, hon. It all goes to Gemma and the channel. So I do appreciate it. Yeah, you know, and reports are skyrocketing. So personally, I think it's just my kind flying around and they just don't know a difference between a dragon and a UFO. UAP, I hate that. You just call them a UFO. What are you talking about? Was it unidentified? As I just hate UFA. I'm just not a big fan of it. So many years using the term UFO. I've seen several meteors. Seems like every time I see something, either good or bad happens. Ooh. Yeah, you know, some people, you know, back in the days, they used to think those were like omens. So it's part of your heritage in one form or another. He convinced himself he didn't see. People do that. They do that. So what else is up, everybody? Anything exciting going on? Other than everybody talking about and seeing UFOs and UFO wars in Peru. Yep, I know it does, Ghost. I am a ghost. I'm old as crap, Smoochie. I'm thousands upon billions of years old. I'm just a ghost here. I'm just a ghost in human form. That's all I am. And after this, I go back to my wander around for a while Gemma has my chain off and fly around, come back about dawn, crawl back down in my nice dark cave. Unreliable Air Force person. That's hilarious. It's a shirt. Seen that LB? Yeah, I just watched his videos, the last two. I'm trying to get caught up because, like I said, I go all day, and then usually at night when I don't sleep, that's when I catch up with everybody. Andrew, what's up, Mr. Trucking Man? Yeah, it looked like one. I watched the video too. It did look like one. But see, I don't know. Look, I know about where they're at, but it depends on where they're looking, how high. It's hard to tell sometimes in video how high it was, but it looked like a good catch. That's Blue rolling his eyes for looking up. I'm lost, but that's nothing new for me. Gemma will tell you that. But yeah, anything else exciting happening? Other than, let's see, I don't want to get too political. And I'll leave those subjects alone for right now till I get over to Rumble. Because I think I may stream on Rumble one of these 2 nights, or one night during the week. I'll just do a separate stream over at Rumble. That way we can really talk, as far as I'm concerned. Probably part of the meteor shower, I would say. See, that's possible, but it didn't really look like one. But it happens. Sometimes it happens so fast. It's like you catch it and it's gone, then it's there, and then it's gone. Sorry about that. Twitchies. Is there anything else? Yeah, the UFO thing is like right now is the big topic. Everything going on. We'll see what else happens over the next week or so. And like I said, Long Island's out. A couple other people are out and about doing their thing. So next, 24 hours or so, you'll get live footage and good stuff. It could. Yeah, see, I watched it and see it happens, and you really can't tell. But to me, I'd probably say either it was a satellite or unidentified flying object. It was definitely an unidentified because it kind of looked like a satellite. You got to watch some of the Starlink chains. What they do is as they travel, they start to spread apart. And that could have actually been part of Starlink. People don't think about that because that's what they do. They start off in a row, and then as they circle, they slowly spread apart. Stataloons. So it could be one of those. See, sometimes I think these orbs everybody's seeing could be a screwed up satellite. Because I don't know. Because there's a lot of them. People seeing a lot of them. I mean, Brown Dwarf, man, that's all he stands out front and he's catching them like crazy. So who knows? It was just a theory. Because yeah, they spread apart and real far apart. You'll know if you all of a sudden another one comes along. Man, the difference between video, it kills me. You watch YouTube, I'm watching the YouTube, and then I got StreamYard here. The video is like super behind. The YouTube it's behind. And then, but yeah, YouTube's chat is faster than StreamYard's chat. It's weird. It is so weird. I say that all the time, but it is. It's weird. A lot of people are having problems with StreamYard. I did I updated my computer and did some things, and I haven't had a problem. Now we'll see tomorrow night when I try to stream one of Gemma's videos. I think we're going to do her very first listener encounters as her replay. So what everybody else doing? It got kind of quiet. Anybody having good things to talk about? I mean, we don't always have to talk about UFOs, I saw Mike's UFO video while I was waiting for you to come. Oh, yeah, I saw you in here. Yeah, that's what. That's exactly what I was doing because I got split screen going and everything. So I was setting up everything and watching videos. So I watched his little shorts live stream there. I'm not a member, so I couldn't watch that one. That's all right. I'll be a member later on. Right now, I'm just trying to get situated. I haven't. Yeah, I said people will be surprised how much I follow, how many people I really follow. Plus, I keep a list of people that I haven't followed that I'm just kind of watching and see how things go from. A lot of them are small channels. It's kind of how I found Gemma. I was just roaming YouTube one day, and that's when she just posted the video of her getting scammed on the loan scam, which was just too cute and funny, and bless her heart. I think I almost fell for it. Well, I think my son almost fell for it. But yeah, I do watch a lot of small channels, and I don't subscribe to them until I kind of see what direction they take with. Hey, Robert, how you doing? I was hoping you stop in. I hope you're good. Trying to figure out how, I kind of each time I stream by myself, I kind of move things around and mess with things to see what I can do, what I can't do. Still learning. Now I can just get my stuff going with graphics. Maybe I can even make her a title screen for her show on Wednesday night. So I believe we are streaming Monday. I'm not sure. As far as I know, we are. We're hoping Long Island Bigfoot Mike comes on, and then her premiere at 11. Hey, John Keats, how you doing? Welcome. And then, of course, Wednesday is our her Oracle Live, one card Oracle, tunative Oracle. God, yeah, I can really talk to it's Wednesdays from 7:15 or so. Sometimes she's been trying to get on early until about 11. I'm gonna have to post somehow that she got tired last week and she wasn't feeling good. So I think we're probably going to stop taking names after 10:30, which sounds fair. That gives her time to finish up and get with little man and get him all settled in and eat and all that good stuff. So I'm still alive, I guess. I'm still alive. I'm still kicking. And I've had people tell me I'd be dead by 50. So if I can do it, you can do it. Just keep pushing forward. Things get better. Even though the world's getting crazier, you can always get better and make it better along the way. Excuse me, folks. Let me clear my throat. Okay, much better. I'm so sorry about that. I have been on and off phones today. I have never texted so much in my life. I was trying to do a little bit of work of my own. It's like you get started on something and then my phone doesn't ring all week, and then next thing I know, everybody calls. I've been telling myself since I was a teenager that I would be dead by 40. Hey, man. Yeah, well, I had professionals tell me that. But I keep coming back. Because believe me, I have walked through it a couple times. That death doors a couple times. They keep sending me back. So who knows why? Well, I do a little bit. So I really can't say who knows why. Hey, man, you'll find your path, but you got to look for it. You can't. It just doesn't happen. People need to realize if you want something to happen, you got to kind of make it happen. I mean, it's nice to have luck, but sometimes you can't count on luck. You got to make it happen. You're not going to know until you go through the door, as I always say. And right now, as crazy it is, the best thing is to keep pushing. So you got 11 watching, 10 likes. I appreciate it, folks. I really do. Hey, Chris, what are you doing? Where'd you go? Yeah. And everybody's good. Are you home, Andrew? Are you home or are you on the road? I'm trying to figure out who got kind of Robert's here. Scanning everything here. I thought it would look like I was lagging a little bit. My son's not home, so I don't have to worry about I should have pretty good Wi-Fi. It's funny because he's hooked into the modem. He's got Wi-Fi going. It's crazy. Excuse me for that, folks. Not very professional. Trying to figure out. So, any good topics in the news other than politics? Anybody got any other news? Something that nobody talks about, or a good story? I'm trying to figure out a few things here. So I'm still trying to figure out so what's the Jen and I? Usually Friday nights I just hang out, let everybody talk and chat. I'm hoping Edna stops in if she gets a chance. That's what we do, just hang out. Tomorrow night we'll do Gemma replay. Like I said, I'm going to do, I believe, the first listener encounters. Somebody said to do the listener encounters, so I'm just going to do them right in a row. I won't replay any live streams or anything. Maybe bits and parts. I don't know yet. We'll play it by ear. Pretty funny. She kind of had a little issue with playing her own video. I was like, what the? Nobody is talking though. I know everybody's listening. I think everybody's going to sleep to my voice. I hear that a lot, and I don't articulate very well, so I know it's not me actually talking. It just must be my slow. Still here was looking up the LL Cool J tickets. Oh, you're gonna pay $500, $600 for a ticket? It may not be that broad. It may not be that much. It is Cool J. He's a pretty decent guy, so who knows? But I'm thinking at least $400 if you want good seats. Tomorrow night, be in Cleveland. Oh, he's here tomorrow night. $60? Wow. Okay. I'm shocked. Actually, I am shocked. If you need a new song, I like old Metallica. I wouldn't say a big fan of the new stuff. I like the old stuff, but then again, I'm old. I was more of a heavy head. When I stopped being a punk, because I listened to a lot of Misfits and all that crap, pretty much became a new waver because, punk kind of came into new wave. Did that for a while, then just went back to being a good old headbanger, rock and roll guy. But I like, my bands are all rock bands that I like, but I like a few country stars. I'm a kind of Johnny Cash guy, and some of like I said, grew up with Hee Haw and Lawrence Welk. Oh, hello, Chapter 444. How you doing, 444? This album is a mix between Justice for All and Load, so it's not too bad. Okay, cool. See, the problem is that I listen to music at night when I'm moving around, but I don't really get a chance to sit and listen to music like I used to. Sometimes I'll listen to stuff when I'm either waiting for Gemma to get on the stream or when I'm pilling around the room. And most of that consists of anywhere between Slipknot to Korn to Rush, a little bit of Uriah Heep, Nazareth. I got a pretty wild mixtape, so, a little bit everywhere. Very well, thank you. I'm not that bad either. I'm hoping everybody's having a good weekend. So has Long Island posted anything since he posted the real short UFO clip? They're probably getting ready to settle in for the night. Yeah, I'm going to start posting some links for people too. I think that's a good idea. Well, everybody here knows everybody, so I guess I really don't need to post any links yet, unless you ask me to. Yeah, the meteor showers tonight. Yeah, because my telescope's sitting here waiting to be used. I'll probably, when I get done streaming here, I'll probably go out, and I'm hoping the clouds. It was cloudy when I went out and looked last time, so I'm hoping that it kind of clears up. But we do have storms moving in. Ever hear Saliva? Yeah, Saliva. Yeah, actually, I saw them. I saw Saliva with Velvet Revolver at the one of the last concerts at the what is the amphitheater up here, Polaris Amphitheater, before they closed it down because the neighbors complained. But yeah, I saw Saliva and Velvet Revolver. It was a good concert. They were kind of pissed that not a whole lot of people there for them, and I don't blame them. The place was packed for Velvet Revolver, but then again, you had oh my gosh, Slash and guy from STP. Not can't even think of his name. Scott Weiland. No, I haven't seen anything else from Mike yet. I was just because I figured they'd probably be streaming watching for UFOs, but it's getting kind of late, so they might be settling in. Velvet was not bad. No, that first album wasn't too bad at all. Oh wow, Velvet Revolver. Yeah, I've seen STP a couple times too, so I knew Scott Weiland. You could tell he was trying to get into a point because a lot of time during the show he was using a megaphone. I think he might have had problems, but yeah, he was using a megaphone most of the concert, which didn't sound too bad. Yeah, I do too, because he was a great songwriter too, a very good songwriter. Yeah, I miss him too. But he was great. I mean, it was a great show. In fact, they did Comfortably Numb as their encore, which was pretty cool. I really thought it was cool. It wasn't as good as Pink Floyd's, but it was good. Yeah, I got lucky with that show. I actually won those tickets off a radio station. I also see Chevelle. I saw them down at Newport. They were really good too. I'd like to have seen a bigger crowd for them. They were really good in concert. Their albums are not too bad. I seen Breaking Benjamin. They weren't too bad. Yeah, I saw Creed too. But they were pretty good. But I've also seen the Sex Pistols in Cleveland many years ago. Wasn't much of a show. They didn't stay very long. They were all screwed up. He came out and cussed a lot, and they did one song. He threw some more, threw another fit. Johnny Rotten threw another fit, and they left. We all got our money back for the tickets and free drinks for like an hour. Oh, you saw STP with White Zombie? Oh, awesome. We're down in Cincy. Yeah, so I've seen the Dead Kennedys, which was an interesting concert. I stayed pretty close to the wall. Oh yeah, figured. Oh, you saw Korn and Breaking Benjamin? Oh, that's cool. It's pretty funny because Korn's been here a couple times and I didn't get to see him live, which is sad. I did see Limp Bizkit. They were a good show. A little rowdy. Who else? Lincoln Park. Lincoln Park was one of my favorite shows. Super nice guys. I met Chester. A buddy printed, on the side I worked for a company called Betland Uniforms. And they got one of the artists that worked there did concert T-shirts for bands, and Linkin Park was getting ready to do something for Linkin Park. But anyways, they like to go to the record stores when they go to campus areas, because they played at the Shot, and down on campus, OSU campus, there's all those record stores and stuff that are tucked away in alleys. So they go down and check them out. And he told me where they'd be. I said, I don't want to go in there and walk in and start talking to him, because now I'm going to take you and introduce you. So I took him. He was a real nice guy, sweet gentleman. Shame. Rest in peace, Kurt Chester. I hope you found your peace. Try to catch it. Yeah. And it's crazy how music can bring you to a place and time. Yeah, it is. It's amazing. Wanted to go to the gathering of the Juggalos this year, but missed it. Oh, man. Hey, I'm telling you, I'm surprised those tickets were $60. I am, because, man, up here, they're expensive. Now, we got stuck in traffic a couple nights ago, and I couldn't figure out what was going on campus, because they played at the actual Ohio State University football field, the shoe. And turned out to be, traffic was crazy, but it was a good mixed crowd of people, because you're stuck in traffic, so you're looking at everybody. And it turned out to be Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks. They had packed that house. Yeah, they come here too. They're always awesome to see. Yeah, they come here too at Christmas. Great show. I'd love to take my dad one time before something happens. He'd get a kick out of it. I wouldn't get him too close. I'd make him sit in the back. Be a little loud. He already has a hearing problem now. Start at 60 for Ella and go up to 300. First tour in 30 years. Yeah, actually, that's surprising if they're starting at 60. You figure they'd start at like 80 or 90. Yeah, it's been a while since he's toured. I forgot about that. I guess Ice Cube's making his rounds too. He's putting up a fight. If everybody knows what's going on with him. He don't play at urban games, so he's pissed a lot of people off because he wouldn't get shots, and then he started spilling the truth about it. So it'll be interesting. We'll see what happens with Ice. Good old Ice Cube. I always did like him. I went and watched the Charles Daniels Band live back in the early 90s. I've seen Charles Daniels too. Do we have a place also, an outdoor, it's like a farm? What's that place called? They closed it down because it was bad, because it'd rain, it'd be a mud pit. But Deer Creek, not Deer Creek, Deerland or something like that, out here on the east side of Central Ohio. And they'd have a lot like bands like Charlie Daniels, 38 Special, Molly Hatchet, all those type of bands out there all the time. But it'd suck if you went to that show and it was raining, you were screwed, because it was a mess. He was only pissed off the woke demos. Yeah, he did, Chris. Yes, he did. And he did too, big time. He actually has said that he kind of fears for his life. So we'll see what happens. Yes, I think the craziest band I went and saw, I'm not going to say their names, and this punk band, it was 1979, up in Cleveland at the Agora. And let's just say that I walked in, listened to one song, and walked back out. Yeah, they were about as Nazi can be. Man, they were crazy. That whole crowd was just insane. I mean, you walked in, you were like, nope. But we had to stay for at least one song. Gar was my weirdest concert. Now, I've seen Gar. They're cool. They're fun. It's just fun, man. It is weird, though. It is weird. They're weird guys. Now, my son wants to go see that YouTube, I guess those Transformer band is making rounds, and he wants to go see them for the fun. And then you had McDonald guys that you did a lot of Ozzy and Black Sabbath stuff. Ronald McDonald ripoffs. They were pretty good. They actually, I think, was on a show on one of his son's shows. Never heard of it? Yeah, there's a band on YouTube, but they do a lot of YouTube stuff. They're dressed like Transformers, and they do all kinds of, they do a little bit of everything. And then there's this other band. They're like evil versions of McDonald's, with Ronald McDonald and the hamburger and all that. And they do like Black Sabbath stuff and Ozzy stuff. Yeah, there's a few of them out there like that. Have you ever seen Mushroom Head? Has anybody seen Mushroom Head? That was a fun show. Them and Slipknot used to go around a lot. Because there are another ones where I was invited to go see the Insane Clown Posse, but I passed on that one. Meh. Now we're talking music. Now we're getting up somewhere. I don't know. Like I said, we talk about anything you guys want to talk about. We've talked about games. You want to talk about scary stuff? We can talk about scary stuff. I always have for scary stuff. They're a Japanese-based group. Very good, Chris. Oh, have you seen them, Chris? You know who I'm talking about? I meant Blue. Sorry. Yeah, Mushroom's an interesting band. Yeah, I've seen all kinds of shows. See, like I said, I've seen Elvis. I've seen Sammy Hagar with Montrose. Had the flu, and my brothers went and saw somebody that I wanted to see back in early 70s. I've seen Conway Twitty, and I've seen Merle Haggard. Only on the internet. Okay. So I take it you've seen their stuff. So yeah, they're pretty good. They're interesting. It makes it fun. The only reason I wanted to go to Gathering was all the other bands, rappers. I hate ICP. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of theirs either. That's why I declined to go. I've seen Seven Dust. I saw that they were with Chevelle. Yeah, they were with Chevelle when I saw Chevelle. Yes. Oh, their Barracuda version's excellent. It's pretty good. Yeah. Yes, I was shocked. They were like, I stumbled on them and I was like, holy crap, these guys are good. And they're Transformers. Has anybody seen I wish I could show it without getting in trouble. In Japan they released the Gundams. There's a really great video of them displaying their new giant Gundam. It was pretty cool. He comes up and they lock him in place. He actually steps out and kneels down and everything. It was kind of cool. And then they had this one car that actually formed into a car. It was pretty cool. Oh, Willie Nelson? I bet he is. I bet he's a sweet guy. I know. See, I met John Mellencamp when he played down Chillicothe. He's a real nice guy. He was talking to everybody. Yeah, he's a country boy. There's no doubt about it. Chevelle, the Red, great. Yeah, great album. Of the Hue? No, I haven't. If I have, it's probably like in passing. I have a lot of friends that like a lot of wild music. The Hue. Anything I know? So that I'm not. The version of sad but true is amazing. I'll have to check it out. It's amazing. The chat thing and everything just cracks me up. I'm checking both because I have to watch both because sometimes some people don't even show up on my YouTube, but they show up in StreamYard. And then I've seen them not show up in StreamYard and show up in YouTube. Really is great. I ran into him several times. I bet he is. I bet he's just a sweet old guy. My dad has a huge collection of Hank Williams. Now, see, my dad had seen and met Hank Williams and Patty. No, he loved her. I don't know. Mongolian metal. Ooh, interesting. I'll have to check that out. That sounds interesting as hell. Yeah, smoked a few. This was the mid 80s. So I'm sure. Yeah, I can imagine Willie. Now I didn't get to see him. They throat sing. Are they like the who's it? Is that the Viking looking band? Is that who you're talking about? Or is this another one? Because I've seen one. There's a Viking band. I catch the always catch the end. I never catch. I've watched a couple of their videos, but I don't pay attention. But they are pretty cool to listen to because they're doing like original Viking and stuff like that, tribal songs. So they're pretty cool. The throat sing, interesting. I'll have to check that out. Wolf Totem is another good song. Okay. They look like Mongols because they are. Sounds awesome. Okay. Now I understand. I may have seen them before. At least seen some video, two of them. I was talking to some guy and I brought up Uriah Heep, and it's like, God, somebody actually remembers Uriah Heep. I'm like, yeah. Bombagon's a great album. That's like another one. What was the name of it? It was a bunch of them that got together and did an album. A Box of Frogs. I think that's what they called it. Either the album was called A Box of Frogs or they were called A Box of Frogs. For about 5 years, really. You know, I probably have seen, because at night I do a little bit of everything. And now that I really don't do a whole lot of research anymore and send it away, I just piddle around at night. Run around, try to do this. Dad woke up one night, I was out there cleaning the kitchen like at 4 o'clock in the morning, just waiting for my body to finally give out. I'll have to check them out. I bet once I find them, I bet I have watched them. Do you have a lady up like in front? Is there a female like in like the front man for the band? Oh, okay. Let me go check it out real quick. If it's the band I know. Thank you, Chris. No, I'm not. What are you doing there? You don't need to know anything. Okay, let me see some. Oh, okay. This is not who I thought it was. Okay, no, this is not the band. I'll check this out. Okay, cool. Thanks. I'll check that out. Listen to it. I don't want to do anything now. I don't want to get in trouble. Ahmed? You know, that's highly possible. These were definitely, you know, a Viking heritage. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I keep catching the same video, and I keep looking. I know if I just take time and search them, I'd probably find everything. But they looked really good. I like them. I was just, like I said, playing around. Sometimes I just take off. I turn on the play next, and I just work and do stuff and just let YouTube play one video after another. And I think that's how oh, hey, Long Island, how you doing, sir? Thank you very much. Thank you. The 99 cents will help buy me a new link to my chain since I keep breaking them and I have to repair them. But she doesn't like it when I break out of the cave, so I sneak out the back ways. I have a few tunnels I don't. So I sneak out the back. No, the only woman that has stone with is Lizzie here. Okay. So you having a good time, Mike? You still out on the field, huh? I watched your YouTube UFO or UAP video right before I got on. A couple of Cindy did too, she said. I watched a little 7-minute, 8-minute stream. Missed the live stream, but I got to watch the replay. Of course, I'll have to comment for you. I don't know if you can look up and see what I left you if you're still listening. You said I wanted ghost dragons, and I said I wanted a Bigfoot buddy named Mike, and I was yelling it from the deep dark corner of my cave under Gemma's house. I hope you guys are having a nice, safe time now. Yeah, if you find, if I don't know how far you can scroll up, you may not be able to scroll up all the way. I thought you could get a kick out. I wasn't sure if you'd come back and look before I came on or not. I know you guys are still out and about, right? Look like you guys are having a good time. Yeah, it's a neat place. I wish I'd been with you there because I've heard some good stuff out of that place. I'm going to try to start getting a straight effect. Absolutely. Yeah, looked like a good time. There was Cryptid and everybody. Cool. Now I get things done here. I'm good. I told my dad I'm buying me a camper. See, I can't lay on the ground anymore. If I lay on the ground, I might shake the earth. So, watching the meteor shower is tonight. Oh, you're watching it now? See, I'm bumming because when I get off of here, I'm going to go look, and we're cloudy here. It looks like we got rain moving, and they're calling for storms tonight. So it kind of sucks. Yeah, I got my telescope ready and everything. I'm ready to rock. But I'm afraid it's going to rain on me. You getting some good ones? Yeah, I don't think that was a meteor. It was kind of moving a little slow for me. It could have been. You want to see something cool? Have you ever gone to the live meteor stream? You actually can see. Actually, that I can show without getting in trouble. I'll just show it up real quick. Here, let's see if I can find it. But it's pretty cool. It actually detects. There's like 2 signals between Washington and Canada, and every time a meteor passes through it, it goes bing, bing, and you get the. And I was watching it there. I watch it when I can, only because I've seen some weird stuff on there. At one time, it was pinging so much it sounded like 2 things were talking to each other. It was wild. Mm-hmm. Camera. Now, see, I'm pretty sure that's who it might have been. Yeah, we were talking music, Mike, if you weren't listening. I need bed soon. I can't get in there. I can't get in the field early. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I figured you guys would be crashed. I didn't expect you to pop in. Yeah, I figured you guys would be settling in for the night. Make sure, you're locked and loaded and ready to go. You never know. Like I said, if you need any help, just yell Ghost Dragons and I'll sneak out and do a flyby. I do it for a lot of people, so I'll scare them away. If not, I'll torch their little butts. I'm glad everybody's having a good night, too. Yeah, I think when I get off here, that's what I'm going to do. I'm highly hoping. When I went out last time, it was getting cloudy. We were watching the radar. It doesn't look like much here. Are you guys getting anything down there, Chris and Cincy? It's hard there. All right, a lot of people on the different schedules in the house. Oh, yeah. It's like real world on MTV. Oh, I'm sure. Everybody, when you're with a group like that, everybody's got their different clocks and their different ways of night. So yeah. Oh, you're not getting anything? We haven't yet. You're in PA. We are in PA. Yeah, we're supposed to get rain sometime tonight. They're calling for thunderstorms. Like I said, I went out early and it was cloudy. It was like bombers. Yeah, I think my dad is starting to see the orbs. Like he goes up and sits on the back porch, and sometimes we'll put it out in the yard. Me to the west of us, it's all open. But we're downtown. We're in Central Ohio. I'm just on the north edge of Columbus. But when you drive away from me and head either west or east or west, north, it's nothing but country. So, and then you start hitting your little cities like Delaware. But yeah, I think he's been watching. Because I sit out there and I'll look out the window, check on, and I'll watching the sky. He said he's seen a couple. He believes in UFOs, but he doesn't believe in scary things that go bump in the night. I don't know if I told you this, but on I think it was my 14th birthday, 13th to 14th birthday, they gave me a Bible and he gave me Chariot of Gods. He goes, read these two and tell me what you think. And I did. And ever since then, I was hooked on that. Especially, I call it lost history or forbidden history. Because there's stuff they don't want us to know a lot. I done a lot of research in that. There is so much they don't want us to know. If it's a band I think you're talking about, they are neat to watch. They're pretty cool. I've been introducing my son to some of the Japanese bands, like Babyface and all them. It's like, these guys are good. These ladies are good. They're cute too. Ghostwriting, do you ever see orbs around your cemetery? Yes, I do have a picture somewhere. I'm trying to I'm trying to find all my discs, that I transferred on my own computer. I had a DVD player and I burned a lot of stuff on disc. Baby Metal, that's it. Yeah, I like them. I was turning him on to all those. And he was like getting into it big time. Like, dang, these girls are hot. But anyways, yeah, like I said, they're really more. I've noticed over the years when I have taken them, it always seems to be the best during a full moon here. And what I call all dark nights, when there's nothing in the sky, when no moon, no nothing. You get pretty good shots down around the cemetery, especially along the creek area. I don't know why. At first we thought they were bugs, but we've just proved it and figured they are orbs. I'm not a big fan of orb things because all it is energy. Now, what's in that energy could be person or soul. But yeah, you do get them. And when they start doing things that unlike a piece of dust, yeah, you got to call them an orb. I have to in dark shadows. Now I've got a few pictures that are on a disc. There are shadows down there. But see, me when I go down there, I've only once had an experience down there. Everybody I've been with people who've had experiences while they were with me, but I didn't get to see anything. But the one experience I had down there that literally turned my hair white was when I was 12. And I was walking by the mounds. And actually, that's on one of Gemma's listeners' counters. But after that, I never had an experience down there. I hear things sometimes when I'm down there, especially at night because it gets real quiet. Believe it or not, even when there's apartments that are on one side of the cemetery that go all the way down to the river. We call those the bottoms here. But actually, they're really quiet at night. Every so often, like on the weekend, they get a little rowdy over there. But at night, when it's dead quiet back there, and I've been down there at night, and it's been so dead quiet. There's no crickets, no nothing, and it's kind of creepy. I used to see orbs when I lived in rural Kentucky. I have a friend that sees them when they go in the house. And I always say, "Are you sure you just?" No, he goes, I with my own eyes see them in certain houses I go into. I don't know why. Orbs are an interesting conversation too, because everybody kind of has a different take, and then they're all the same. Spirit energy. Between 3 and 4 is the best time to visit a cemetery. Oh, you think? I'm planning on doing. I don't know if I'm going to videotape it or if I can get it to live stream. I'm planning on going down there. I have the okay to go down there and sit. So, oh, you had your really, Chris, in a place called the Bottoms. Yeah, we have. It's nothing really like scary. It's a row of apartments that go down toward the cemetery. It's like one little neighborhood that goes down. A lot of it is apartments and Section 8 housing. It used to be really bad in the day. Like the story of my demon story is actually in one of those apartments up toward the top of it. That, because they was changing people and everything, and that place was in bad shape. I mean, he actually showed me one of the apartments across the apartment across the hall that I moved from. And that place was trashed. It was disgusting. But yeah, it wasn't nothing like really bad. Just bad things happened. But they called it the Bottoms here. That was probably the closest thing we'd get to the Bottoms. Then we have our areas down around Columbus, of course. But that's where you had your first encounter. And then now you say, yeah, I'm hoping that I'm going to stream down there. You might be surprised, Cindy, what I catch down there when I stream. I was thinking of going down there just about dusk and staying as long as I can. When I go, I have to notify the Worthington Police and the Sharon Township Police so they know I'm down there. It was not in Columbus. It is Columbus. Oh, it was not in Columbus yet. Our bottom. No, it is in Columbus, but it's not in Columbus, if that's what you're asking. Our real bad areas are along what I call the crosshatch of downtown Columbus. There's a west side and an east side, and they're getting worse and worse every year. I lived on the west side for a while in the rough area. It's bad. And it was getting worse when I left. I'm glad, and I lived there by myself. Biggest problem I had before I left was kids stealing my lawnmowers. That was it. But I'd watch things go down on the street all the time. My kids would worry about me. Oh, you're okay there. I'm fine. Got to step off for a minute. Oh, please, Cindy, go ahead. Help yourself. Like I said, we'll just chat, shoot the crap. Come back when you come back. Or should I say, hurry back? Well, Long Island, if you're still listening, Mike, you guys all have a safe night. Be safe. Can't wait to see what's to come. Yeah, there's a wait, I forgot what I was gonna say. Trying to catch up everything. That encounter was narrated in Gemma's list. Oh, okay. Oh, you're in number 7? Okay. Well, I'm going to play all those. So you know, Chris. Tomorrow I'm going to play Listener Encounters 1, and I'm just going to play them all. She's trying to get people to send more stories so she can do another one. We're due for one. I kind of miss those. I always did like those. It's always good to hear everybody else's little stories, encounters. Some of them are good. Some, I always like the stranger ones, but there's a lot of good stories out there. I just wish people would tell. And that's why when I traveled around here in Ohio for a while, I talked to everybody I could talk to, always asked, especially in small towns and rural areas, farmlands. One time we went out up north towards Mansfield and then out from Mansfield, headed east toward Pennsylvania and stopped at, small diners and stuff to talk to people because farmers have interesting stories too, which is really wild. And a lot of them are UFO related. Others are really strange cryptid stories. I even heard a story about scarecrow. So, and when went back to look at the story not too long ago, because I write everything down. It's pretty wild because it kind of starts off sounding like the scarecrow scene from Jeepers Creepers. But that movie wasn't even out yet when he told me that story. Yeah, I think I'm going to do all the listener encounters. Somebody suggested, so I think that's what I'm going to do on Saturday nights, replays, Gemma replays. No help reviews. That's what we're doing now. It's just trying to get her going. Once she gets situated, I'm going to take her over to Rumble and show her how to, when she downloads on YouTube, videos on YouTube, they will go to Rumble. I'm thinking about streaming one night during the week on Rumble and see how it goes. And then hopefully have Gemma dual stream YouTube and Rumble at the same time, one time, to see how it goes. I told her there's going to be trolls. Just be patient. We'll work the kinks out and stuff. What suggested it? Going to Rumble. I've been trying to tell her to go to Rumble for a while now. I told her she needed to start looking at all tech, Rumble, Odyssey, maybe BitChute, any of the other ones you can download on. Spread them out, see if you bring them in. It's always a good idea to support all tech, anyways. And so I don't do TikTok or Twitter or what's the other one? Instagram. I don't do any of that stuff. I was on Instagram for a little bit, only because I was over trying to catch this one guy from a mystery box place where they'd have auctions. And that was the only reason I was on there for the short time I was on there. And then TikTok I was on for a real short, I think 2 days. And Twitter I think I was on for a week before I said screw this and got off. X I mean now. Yeah, I've been trying to push Rumble on her for a while. As soon as I started seeing people dual stream on it and stuff, and I knew it would be a good platform. I had talked to her a couple times, I think, about Odyssey too, because it's just video platform. But and then if anybody knows any other suggestions, please, because I'm trying to get her to where she can spread her wings out a little bit. And I think and it's nice now because from what I hear, they're monetizing. From what I'm seeing, they're monetizing there at Rumble. She would get all of her tips, which is good because, man, YouTube's getting greedy. Too greedy. And I'm watching all these other guys start, trying to fan out too. I'd like to see Anthony maybe fan out. Long Island had to do some Rumble stuff. They could be a little freer on what they do. It's always good to kind of, like I said, at least try all tech, see what's out there. We had a neighborhood called the Bottoms in Cincinnati. I think there's probably a Bottoms everywhere, just like there is a Crybaby Baby Bridge everywhere. Bottoms in the Mississippi. That's like those are always places that you always hear in everybody's town. We had the Bottoms, or the hilltop, the Crybaby Bridge. Man, it was amazing. I looked up Crybaby Crybaby Bridge one day, just for the fun of it. Man, I like it. Just there was all kinds of places that had that title. Bridges. I was amazed. It was just about one in almost every state, if not two. Oh, wasn't that done by a flood? Wasn't that, Chris, if I remember right? It was flooded, wasn't it, or something? Or tornado? No, I think it was a flood, wasn't it? I'll have to look that up. Oh, wait. No. I didn't get to messing around. It's kind of nice now with him not being here. I got such great Wi-Fi right now. I got to get a booster. Well, John Keats, thank you very much, sir. I do appreciate it. Like you would not believe. This all goes to Gemma's channel, so it'll help her keep rocking. No, oh, is that the one they tore down by the river? Is that where they built all the new stuff? I was thinking of something else. And I thought some of that got flooded out. That's why I thought that. But thank you very much, John Keats. Like I said, this all goes to Gemma and to the channel. I keep a list so she knows. Sometimes she likes to send out little gifts for thank yous. So, and if she does, she'll get a contact you and let you know. So thank you very much. No, this was in the 60s. Okay. Well, I thought you said 60s. But I must be thinking of something else. Because I thought that area was all flooded out too at one time. Or got flooded out. But it must not. All new stuff is on the Covenant side. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Now, I wasn't talking about that, but that's what I thought. That's why they tore it down, was that because you know how long it's been down there? I haven't even been down there to check out the aquarium, which sucks. John, my friend down there, says, man, it's nice down there now. Is it still nice? Are they still keeping it up? But he says it's real nice along that area now. Okay, in the 30s. Okay, do it. I was way too early on that one. But I knew it had been flooded. I just couldn't remember. Thank you for correcting me. I do appreciate it. Well, it's like they said. You know, everybody says that if anything happened along the lakes that would cause the water to come running down, that it would happen along the Mississippi side. We'll see. But everybody goes, oh, the Ohio Valley will flood. You know what? Everything I've seen says that because of the way it's situated, it will all go around us. We'll have to see if it ever happens. First, I think this place will fill up with water like a bowl. I hope not, because there's a lot of cool places here. I'm supposed to go out with a buddy, and I think he said around the beginning of September, he wanted me to take me down along Circleville. He thinks he might have found some more mounds. We have had floods since then. Oh, yeah. Not bad ones. Yeah, I know. When I lived on over there by Claims, it seemed to be the scary thing. It seemed to be tornadoes. Came close in the 70s. Okay. Again, John, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And Gemma does too. Hey, Pammy Smith, how you doing, hon? Check this in here. Let me check something real quick. I didn't want to do it. Okay, screw it. Yeah, we're just hanging, Pammy. How you doing, hon? You being safe? I hope. Well, how are you? I'm good. We're just hanging. It had been a good day. Weird day. But then again, the last few weeks have been really weird. I'm not going to. It's been strange. I know we're at least 63 under. I'm at up here in between here, Delaware, Mansfield, and Zanesville, and then a couple. I've counted on my own that we may, or pretty sure, are mounds, probably about the same amount. There's a lot. I know for a fact that they have not even found half of them yet. And I kind of like to keep it that way because whatever's in them, I don't know if you want to dig them up. But Pammy, just do your best to try to keep yourself calm. Put yourself in calming situations. Help. Adena heavy up in the area. Yes, very heavy, very heavy. And I know they haven't found all the mounds up there either. It's amazing when I was coming back from Jersey. I knew there was a lot of mounds around there, but when I had took a detour off the turnpike and checked out a couple places. Man, it costs a fortune to get on and off. But anyways, and I'm pretty sure I saw mounds just driving around. And then it's hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure that's what they were. But man, they're everywhere, especially over here on the east. Now, Ashley says that they have found mounds out by her in Kansas, by the Fort Riley. I'd like to find out a little bit more about those. I know my brother Tim lived up in Minnesota. And he told me that he'd probably take me to a good area where I'll probably find them too. I'm in 7 miles north of Moundsville on the other side. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know you're right. But yeah, he said he's pretty sure he could take me one time. But now they moved, and then they turned around and moved to Tennessee. So. I can believe it. It's like looking for arrowheads. You have to train yourself what to look for. Yeah, you do. Now it's like the ones up here in High Banks Park. Like I said, they got one opened up, but I'm pretty damn sure, part of my mouth, that they don't know about. Now we may have found another one, so now we have 3 that I know that haven't been messed with, and it's nice because it's actually in a park. So. But you can tell by the grass, the way it sits, the way it's angled, the way everything lays on it. I think one of them has a bunch of trees and stuff growing on it. And I'm pretty sure that might be what, they use for a trash dump. But it's pretty nice looking mound. But if you didn't know what you were looking for, yeah, you'd probably walk right over it and never think 2 words of it. That's another thing. You go up here and walk around in Delaware, around the farms, soy field, corn farms up here in north, in Delaware and Westerville. And you walk through it. If you can get the farmer to let you go, man, you'd be surprised what you find in those fields. I'm really thinking about buying a metal detector just for the fun of it. And walking up and down the old Tangy here, we have a creek that goes through the neighborhood that's really old too. You can tell where it's changed over many years. I'd love to go walking through that too. Anybody here own a metal detector, and do they use it? That's a good question. Not you, Chris, Mr. Blue. You don't count because I'm sure you're a walking metal detector. Got those eyes going. But yeah, I'm thinking about. Dad talked about one. I'm thinking about getting one. He'd probably have fun using it too. Have tons of clamshells from garbage pits. They put holes in them to use as sticks and hose. Yeah. Yeah, we found a lot of that kind of stuff up in Delaware. Okay. Thank you, Robert. I'll look at it here in a little bit. Hose. Them hose. They're putting holes in those hose. That's fine. Hey, Vixen Doe, how you doing, dear? I hope you're well, Miss Bacon Jr. Yeah, we're talking mounds at the moment. We were talking music, now we're talking mounds. Yeah, there's a couple of people I want to bring here and show them all the. If I can get certain people here, I might be able to get them. If I can get a hold of Tommy, he's the park ranger. I don't want to say his last name, but he's a park ranger that can get us actually on the mound and in the mound areas after dark where we won't get hassled by anybody. I would love to take a bunch of people and do that if we can all behave and stuff, because it's pretty cool. And I'll tell you what, the Hopewell Mounds down south and the Adena Mountains, when you go down there at night, and they're quiet and it's quiet. We saw stuff, we heard stuff. It was a pretty good night. I like to do that one night at Serpent Mound too. That's one thing I do want to do is get a hold of, see if you can get me into Serpent Mound after dark. Hey, AK Willie, I was just gonna ask what you got on the grill or on the smoker. Lewis style ribs. You know, we missed you the one night. Well, was it Cindy? What day was that? Was that Thursday? When we said we're waiting for you to come in and tell us what's on the grill. That was too fun. How you doing, AK? Having some ribs? Yeah, we had some weird ribs not too long ago. At my granddaughter's birthday, man. My ex-husband, man, he's gotten using that smoker and those grills like a champ now, man. Those ribs were dang good. And he made barbecued and just regular smoked ones. My dad was heavy. Time we got. Wait, what? 1:30? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how long I'll go tonight. Like I said, I want to go out and see if I can get a clear skies to watch some of the meteor shower. I don't know how long it'll last. And like I said, we got rain coming in. I kind of like to check it out. Hope everybody is having a good night, though. Those who have telescopes, go check it out. I want to get one I can get a camera on. I want to buy a nice one. Mine's an older one, but it does the job. I'd like to get one of the nice ones you can hook up your computer to and everything someday. Love. It's nice because where I'm actually facing south. When I first started streaming before the fire, I was streaming on the other side of the room and facing the other side. That faces north and this faces south. But my window, if I open up and drop the screen down and put my telescope out the window, I have a good southwest view, clear view, which is nice because a lot now at this time of year the moon comes right across my back. We need rain. Yeah, we do need rain. Now, see, here's the thing about Central. Everything that's come through, there's, like I said, in fact, both times it came through where I was streaming here when we got really good storms. We had a couple good downpours, but like the major good rain has either gone one way, like it hits our 270 outer belt, and it either goes south or north and go heads east. I've watched them hit that 270 belt and just like dissolve. We call it the bubble. But when we do get a good storm, it's good. But the problem is they just don't last right now. It's like those good old summer rains. We're expecting 3 inches of rain tomorrow. Oh, wow. Yeah, I know some places are supposed to get nailed. Now, Monday, we're supposed to get slammed pretty good. I'm hearing Monday is going to be a hot day. And, Chris, that includes you too, because from what I've seen on the radar, it looks like we might have fun Monday. I'm just hoping not during the stream. At least we got our generator now. So back. I got him a nice one with a push button. and he's got a air compressor coming Tuesday. Bon appetit. Yeah, it does sound good, don't it? Oh man, it's a little late for me to be like that. So what else is everybody up to? AK, anything good going on other than cooking ribs? Louisiana style ribs. Where's Smoochie? I'm betting Smoochie might want some of those ribs. Smoochie, you still listening? Aren't you from Louisiana? If I remember right. I could be wrong. I try to remember everybody and where they're from. I do my best. Just watching chat, trying to make sure. It's so weird how the difference between YouTubers. Managed to lose the house in a flood the other. Bummers. Not to lose the house in the flood the other day. Did you guys get a ton of rain? Where are you at? Can you give us where you're at? I think you've told us before. Seems the universes don't like me having West Virginians for whatever reason. VWs. Why? What happened? You have a VW? Or VW? Are you having a VW? Oh, June. Okay. Volkswagen. That's what I thought you were talking about. My brother had a Volkswagen Bug. That thing was a piece of junk, but man, that thing ran. I got to give him credit. It ran. That's it. Was the easiest car he ever worked on. I do want a VW bus. I don't need an old one. I'd like to get any VW bus, even a new one, and convert it over to a camper. I was actually, Chris might be listening. I was actually looking to ask my dad. I was actually looking at a Jeep the other day. And I'm actually thinking about getting it. It was nice. It was a nice Jeep. And Dad, I go, Dad, would you ride in this if I trade this in for a Jeep? Call me a small little camper behind it. But yeah, I was looking at it the other day. I'm actually thinking about either that. We have a truck in the driveway some kids sold us for $1,000, but it needs tires and everything. Stephen, you need to come up here to Newtown. The whole place was built on a prehistoric. Yeah, I heard about that. I did some reason. I think actually I had a history teacher who kind of went into that. Yeah, every place you dig up, you find shit. Yeah. I actually had a history teacher tell me about that when I was, I think, 8th or 9th grade. And I think I've been there. But see, with a lot of this stuff, we had a little too much fun at times when we first started doing our runs around Ohio. It was more or less a party trip. And we just happened to stumble on things on the way. I'm pretty sure I've been there. If I remember it or not, because like I said, that was at the beginning of our stages of us just taking off for the weekend. I know a lot of people like their Jeeps. Then Edna owned Jeep too. Yeah, I was looking at it. It was a nice one. And I think my dad would be comfortable riding in it. It's perfect. It was a convertible and everything. It was nice. That was a nice one. Oh, I'm sure you do. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. My dad says they're easy to take care of. He's a mechanic. So I might go back and get it. And it can pull a trailer. If it's pull a small trailer, I'm good. Yeah, because like I said, some kids sold us I won't say what it is, but a truck for $1,000 that tires are bad on. We had to have it towed here. It's been sitting in the driveway, but the kid forgot to give Giles the title for it. So now we're just waiting for the title so we can get new tires on it. And we're going to use it as a junk truck, but that's I bought a VW Jetta in June. I was rear-ended Thursday. Oh man, bummer. I'm perfectly fine. I was just gonna ask. Oh, whiplash. Perfectly fine. Jetta, and the first one I burned up. Oh geez. She has a Jeep Patriot. I think that was kind of like what I was looking at. Had a longer into it, but it was nice. And it looked like that could be comfortable in it. Had everything you could use, what we need. Not convertible with a sunroof. Yeah, this was convertible. Had a rag top. It was nice. It was a nice white one. Now I actually am thinking about going back and see what they'll. It's the same place I bought the Hyundai from. So, and it's funny. I bought a Hyundai from this place. Get it home. It's used. You can tell it's been a while since I owned or went out and bought myself a car. I usually buy beaters, and or my dad always had good contacts. Last car I owned was a Ford Escort, a Ford Escort station wagon, which was great on gas, and she drove like a babe. But I went and got me a Hyundai, a 2010 Tucson. That thing's been a great car, but I get it home and it's from Jersey. It came from Jersey, and I cracked up when I went to see Jim. I go, "Hey, this car came back to see you." Came home for a bit. Have a top Wrangler. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go back and see what it was. I just was checking it out. I didn't even look to see what kind of it's a Jeep. It's nice. I just didn't catch what it was, a Wrangler or. I saw a new Ford Bronco the other day, and I was like, "Nah, that's not a Bronco." Fremont also was built on a huge. Yes, I didn't know that. Skeleton, yeah. Well, the big mounds down around Hopewell, down there around Chillicothe. The ranger that I know said that they did find giant bones in there and a bunch of other stuff. They don't like talking about it, and a lot of that stuff was donated to the Smithsonian's. We saw it again. But yeah, I want to go back. I haven't been to the Serpent Mound. I've been to all the other ones, but I haven't been to the Serpent Mound for a while, so I want to go back there. I always get a neat vibe from that place. I like the vibe I get there when I was there last time, but it's been a few years. I want to go back there. And then there's a couple up north that I want to go check out and see if they haven't found them. They were, when I last was up there, a lot of that land was up for sale. So I'm like, oh man. So they're still finding mountains. There's a lot of mountains out there. Yeah, I've had people tell me there's a ton in Michigan, a ton in Minnesota, a ton of them in Wisconsin. And on the other side of the border there, Canada. And all along the east. I think they just found skeletons of people the size of NBA players and called them giant. Well, you don't know because nobody ever seen, really got to see it. I mean, they really didn't get to see photos or anything, so you're not going to know. But I've heard the same thing, Chris, that, they were just 7 foot, maybe 8 foot tallest. But I've heard rumors of big giants being found in some of these mounds. I'm talking 15, 16 feet tall. Now, to prove it and find the evidence, I've been trying to do for years now. I mean, you can find actual newspaper articles. There's tons of those, but not very many photos or stuff like that. Yeah, I'm real fidgety tonight, folks. Forgive me. The tremors have been like crazy. Big Sam. We have red paint people graves all over the place, all over Maine. Oh, I bet. People 100 years ago were short. Anyone near 7 foot would have been a giant. That's true too. I know what you're saying, Chris. I know who I'm talking to, but I have heard rumors that there were bigger guys than that, and that's the same thing over in around the Holy Lands and in Africa. They're finding little tiny bones and big, huge bones. So I think anything too big would probably petrify. That's what you see curled up in mountains and stuff. And I kind of believe in that stuff too. It's like you try to convince somebody that the Devil's Tower is a tree. Oh, that wasn't a tree. No, it was a tree. And there was a lot more out there too. Oh yeah, I can imagine the stuff you find up around Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, all on that coast. I'll bet you find all kinds of good stuff. I always wanted to go to Iceland and Finland, and Greenland, all them. I can imagine what you can find there if you go to digging real good. And they are, so. Let me get going. Oh, 22, 25. I think I will call it. You know, last weekend we streamed till like 3 o'clock. I was impressed. 3 hours. People hung out with me. I don't know why, but they did. You guys did. I appreciate it. Have fun. They have found the remains of little people above the Arctic Circle. No joke. Yeah, I heard that too. And I'm going to go. Heard that a couple times, so I'm going to go look into that. The little folk, they're finding a lot more of those type of skeletons and stuff, and I'm finding that really interesting too. I mean, you can't have one without the other. You can't have giants without tiny. I've been to the Devil's Tower. Don't think for a minute it's a tree, just an exact volcano that lost its outer shell from erosion, leaving the lava. Oh, is that what that is? Okay. I still think it's a tree. But you know, you've got an education. I do. But no, I know what they say. I just think it's true. I think there's a lot of things they say one thing, and I don't know. Not like I wouldn't be wrong before. And it's actually kind of nice to have that kind of imagination to think there was trees that big at one time. And there's a video of a guy going over Google Earth, and I don't know where he was at. I'll have to go see if I can find it in my history. And he's looking over landscapes, and there's things that look like these giant leaves. The way the mountains are all spread out, they look like giant leaves, dying giant leaves on the ground. It's pretty cool. It looked like there were sticks and stuff. It was kind of cool. Like that was a big tree. We know it's just erosion and stuff, but it's what it looked like. It was pretty wild. He was getting kind of carried away with it. I'm like, dude, it's just erosion, just freaking nature. If there were trees that big, I think somebody would have known by now. That's kind of hard to hide that kind of evidence, I would think. But then again, this world has changed so much over billions of years. Now I like to think it's a tree just because of the way it looks, the way it is. I don't know. I'm not going to argue with you, but that's what I think it is. It's a tree. Yeah, I know it's a volcano. There's like that. Isn't that what those stones that are shaped like octagons of the pillars? Don't they think that's what that is? Is lava? Bear's butt. Devil's Tower was always and said to be a lava plug for a volcano. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, just think of that baby blue. I think we have to start worrying about kind of keeping our eyes on the other stuff. There's a lot of volcanoes around here too that I think. Somebody was telling me they think there's a volcano going off in the Gulf right now, which is making all that water warm. I haven't gone and looked or found out or checked the information as information or anything, but it's possible. That's all hearsay, though. Yeah, I'm tired. That's a good, and I'm sure that's what it is. It's just weird how it looks and how it sits. And I still kind of have my ifs about it, being that. But if it explodes one day, I'll agree with you. Sooner or later, all these volcanoes are going to start going up. Too, I think somebody said, and I'm saying things that I don't have. I'm going to start digging up my information. But, when during the story of Noah, all that water didn't just come out of the sky. The ground spurted up water too. And I always wondered if that's what that was, is where God plugged it. A water spout that God plugged. Because if you watch that movie Noah, that's probably a pretty close depiction of how this world filled up. If you believe in the flood, that's how it filled up so fast. It wasn't just coming out of the sky; it was coming out of the earth too. Don't go all Richard Dreyfuss on us and drag mud into the house. That's fun. That's a great reference too. Awesome. Drag mud. Or use your potatoes. What else did they use in that to make it there? Mud, potatoes, ghost dragons. How do you think water got on Earth? Somebody had to go bathroom really bad. Actually, how do I think water got on Earth? I think it was part of the process. It rained and rained and rained. As Earth was being created. Flooded the seas. Look, I never said I was a scientist, but that's what I believe. I believe water was formed when the earth was water at one point, all water at one point. Then created land. That's what I believe. So, with all the explosion and forming, water built atmosphere. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a science. I always did suck. And everything I've learned, I've taught myself. So that shows you how bad of a teacher I am. We'll go up small and fishy boat and good crusty old Scottish guy and sheriff. There you go. And I still think now that everybody says there's no way there's megalodons left. If there's not megalodons left, there is definitely something big down there taking big chunks out of whales. And there ain't no beak from an octopi or a squid either. Oh, you don't know either? Or, I'm just looking at the more logical form. The Earth was created, all that was building, and the Earth was going. It's about as simple as I can put it, because if I get rambling, I'm going to sound more dumb than I am smart. And I'm not really that smart. That's like I said. Everything I've researched and stuff, and that scientific. Now, when you're talking about the formation of this, you believe in the Big Bang Theory, or you believe in creation. We don't know how big giant squid get. That is true too. I'm not going to argue that point, because from what I've read, they can get big, and we can only imagine how big they get. I don't know. Some of these bite marks that I've seen coming off these whales literally look like a shark's. Usually, if it's a beak, because those are beaks, it's more of a deep in chunk. And these all like grrr, pick and go, bite and go. Now, their megalon may not be around, but I think there's an ancestor or something that's carried on that's just as big. I mean, we already know great whites and other sorts. Hammerheads get huge too. I wouldn't be surprised if there is a megalodon down there. See, I wouldn't either. But if they're not, if they're not alive anymore, I'm sure there's ancestors. It's like all these giant crocs and alligators are finding out. Some of those guys are like 200-300 years old. In fact, I think the oldest turtle right now is like 500 years old, and that's in Japan or somewhere. So, and they also have in Japan, they also have a salamander. I think the last time they checked him, he was almost 6 foot now. He's huge. I mean, if he doesn't look like he doesn't have no teeth, but if he got you, he would definitely break your finger off. Megs would just need too much food for that size, for bigger life. But they say there's an awful lot of good food source up around the poles, both the north and the south. So, they can live in cold water. So, you got polar bears, you got walruses. I mean, yeah, it's small munchies for them, but it's a food supply. And if anything, they could use it as a nursery. Giant salamanders used to be all over the place. Oh yeah, in Japan, yeah, they're rare now. Oh yeah, we went to two places and they had, areas kind of warped off you couldn't mess around with, but there was like giant salamanders down there. But they're rare now. Yeah, but I think it's cool. He's cool. He's just this long black slimy thing. They said trying to keep their hands away from his mouth while they try to measure him and weigh him. It's hilarious because, man, if he bites you, he's gonna break your finger if not take it off. Yeah, I love salamander newts. Those are one of my favorites. I've seen some pretty big newts too. I had a fire belly dragon. I called him dragon. Actually, I called him dragon at first, and then I changed his name to Godzilla. But I had a fire belly newt. He got almost a good 3 inches. Started actually getting the bumps on his back. He was cool, and he lived. Oh gosh, almost 6 years. I took good care of him. I even kept him in a tank with fire belly toads, which they say not to do, but he did great with. Oh, you got me another link. That's what I love. I let somebody else do my work. The giant salamanders just from the river. Yeah. Is this a new one? Oh, this was 9 years ago. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I can't show the video though. It sucks. People go check something out. If you want to see something cool, go check. Is this a video? Is this fake? Is this a like Godzilla video? Or is this the actual salamander? Yeah, there he is. Yeah, go check. You want to see a big salamander? Go check out that video. It's pretty cool. There's a pet to have. My one daughter wants me to get a bearded dragon. I'm thinking about it. I want a turtle though. That's news footage. Yeah, that's 9 years ago. I think the one I watched wasn't on YouTube. It was on Odyssey, and it was probably about 2 years old. And they did the weigh, and they weighed him and checked his length, and they pulled this one out of it looked like it was the side of a road in one of those drainage. And then I realized it wasn't really a road. It was like a gravel road, some awful park or something. They actually had to pull him out of one of those drainage pipes. American Indian dog. There you go. I kind of want to. I wouldn't mind having a bearded dragon. I do want a turtle. I'm getting ready to rotate all my fish died, so my little tank is free. So I'm gonna clean up the toad tank and put them in there temporary. The tank that's behind me, that everybody sees most of the time, that's the fire belly toads. I'm gonna put them in a bigger tank, and I want to order a Chinese emperor, a couple of Chinese emperor newts to put in with them because they'll do fine and they won't mess with each other. And then in this tank I got here, I'd like to get me a good turtle. I'm looking at turtles. And then in a little tank, I was thinking about getting a couple of gnolls who look kind of neat. Ups up to 2,000. You pay that much for a dog, they better be a damn good dog. And I'm sure they are. And the dogs are expensive. You get purebreds. go to Raz, Chris. Probably pick one up for free. Science says it has to do with the molten earth forming and releasing oxygen into the atmosphere, which to 3 to 5 times as thick back then, and the gases mixed and created water. Yeah. Thank you, Blue. You couldn't have put it any better. I'm just trying to keep rambling enough to keep you guys entertained and let you guys talk and chat. It's a lot of reason why I do Friday nights. It's just so you guys have a place. I mean, I could play stories or, copyright free stuff, but it's just fun to sit here and watch you guys chat and chat with you. That's why I do Friday nights right there, is so you guys can chat and talk and chat. Those who are up late and have nothing else to do, at least come here and hang out for a little bit. Shoot the crap. So basically, I'm just here as a host, just letting you guys ramble, and I'm just rambling with you. Throwing my 2 cents in, if it's even with that much. Funny thing is, Ohio used to be the biggest it's yes. In fact, there was a guy here in Central Ohio, in South Columbus, that just got busted. He was bringing in all kinds of stuff, all kinds of rare spiders. Somebody said at one point he had monkeys, and I don't know how he was getting in here. Big cats, yeah. Yes, it does. Yes, hydroperoxide does. I've done that by mistake. Yeah, wasn't there a lady or people down here in Southern had a bunch of exotic animals they had to take care of, send to other places? Now, like I said, I had a boa one time, but we had to give it up. I gave it to the zoo. I'm surprised they took it, but he was healthy. They took it. I don't know if he's still there anymore. I haven't been back. I used to be able to go and see him for free. But yeah, we have some weird animal stories up here in Ohio. I know they do down in Florida too. That ancient charged, the accident chart changed federal pet laws. Oh yeah, I know it did. I remember when all that went down. That wasn't too long ago, actually, was it? Just a few years back. Andrew, he's in again. Did you hear what I said earlier? Are you home or are you on the road, Andrew? If you answered, I didn't see it. Oh yeah, I know people. Well, heck, I had a friend that had a Komodo dragon, but he snuck it in when he was in the service. So and brought it in as an egg and raised it. But it was sad they made him get rid of it though. But I can't. He should have gotten in when he came back. He should have moved out a lot more in the country. I'm surprised that didn't make the news. Neighbors lose cats. Komodo dragon eating cats. That's what they get for going in the yard, I guess. Oh, yeah. 5 till 2. We'll go here pretty soon. I'm going to go see if I can catch some of this meteor shower tonight, too. I had a fox for here. I had a fox for 4 years. I had to get an exotic pet license. You had a fox? Was it a Native American fox? Then they still made you get an exotic license for it. Them Komodo dragons are man-eaters. Dude, this thing was like a dog for him. I would watch him feed it live chickens. It was nuts. But it was like a big old dog. I mean, you had to wear, if you were going to do anything around his head, you had to wear gloves because you don't want that saliva on you. But, I mean, he would stand by you and you could You could pet him and stuff. He was pretty cool. Hey, Batmom, how you doing, hon? Yeah, he kept during the summer. He let it roam. So that's when the cat started. But he had a basement that he kept at really nice temp because they're tropical, and he survived. He adapted really well. He raised it from a baby. Um, said he had just. He said even with the lighting downstairs and all the heat lamps and stuff that he was running to keep him comfortable, he said he never got sick. So I don't know if it's the fact that he just brought it up here and raised it as a babe, and maybe that helped it adjust to the weather. I don't know, but it did really good. I mean, during the winter it was inside the whole time. As soon as the temperatures, I think, started dropping, he'd bring him in when the temperatures start dropping below, I think, 65, between 60 and 65. And he kept him in the basement. He had a big basement, though. And it was, I mean, you don't go down the basement. If you went down the basement, you went down with it. He was a little more temperamental when he was stuck in for the winter. But man, you could let him out at summer because he had one of the basement doors that opened up like a storm cellar. He would just open them up, man, come up there. And then in the wintertime, he would seal the doors. He was awesome. He had him for a long time. And finally, neighbors started to complain cats were missing. But see, he lived far enough out. I'm surprised he didn't get in trouble sooner. But he never did. Nobody ever said anything until a bunch of cats started missing. We always said there was a cat lady that lived in a farmhouse down the road. She had cats everywhere. He said that's probably where most of those cats came from. Yeah, he cried that day when they put it down. Oh, he was sad. But they freaked out because he was huge. I had to comfort that guy for about a week. And actually, he got drunk for about a week. I mean, he really was attached to that thing. Always made fun of him because I told him if he gained like about 400 pounds, he wasn't a very big guy. He would look like, and had two of them, he'd look like that guy from the beginning of the old Johnny Quest cartoons where he's the dragons, he's walking the Komodo dragons. As much deer as we have here in Ohio should have let him. I had told him that at one time. It's really bad here right now. I hate to say it. I love deer, bless them. But man, this is the worst I've seen. There are so many in this little area that they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to thin out the herd. The one year they did it, they did send hunters in and all along up and down the river and tried to cut down the population. All the meat went to the homeless shelters and soup kitchens, and people put up a fight over it. So even if they came in and tranked a bunch of them and moved them somewhere else, but man, they're real bad. I mean, I walked out the driveway when I came home from bringing Giles taking that Giles to the airport. I pulled in. I literally had 10 deer standing in my yard, and when I opened my door, there was one literally standing right there. It was sweet as heck. He just stood there. The doe just stood there and looked at me. I talked to it and told her good night and went in the house. But they just eat everything. And then the crabs everywhere. But it is like way overpopulated. I like that. If they just trank them and move them out, I'd be happy with that. Catch everybody up here. Yeah, hand raised probably did make a huge difference in the wild people hunting Komodo dragons disappear. Yeah, he got it as an egg. He was in the service. He was in the Marines, and he was stationed at a place. The guy sold him an egg. He wouldn't tell me what he paid for it, but he didn't have too much trouble getting it back here, and he did. He raised it here. Because I asked him about the colt too. Why it didn't shock me that Chris saying that Blue said something because of the fact that they're tropical animals. But he did real good. Now I'd go down because he lived down just south of Athens. He did real good, and he really did the basement nice. I mean, there was he had plants and stuff down, so it was set up. The only thing was he said it was a mess to clean up after he fed. He'd have to put him in like a big old dog kennel thing while he went down there and cleaned up after he ate. He said that's a mess. That was the only time he hated having him in the house was because he was stuck there during the winter. But he did good. In fact, a lot of times he said that called him Jeffrey would know when spring was coming because he seemed to get antsy and kind of start laying by the door because he knew it was coming. He would get out. Deer are so bad here. The cops, hunters shoot them in the parks, and the cops and the hunters are shoot them in the parks, and coyotes are super bad. Yeah, now I know the coyote population down in that area, all along the river. I've heard people talking about Athens and Logan and all of them coming up toward here. I've seen just tons of them. So that wouldn't surprise me either. Or, bear sightings are getting more popular down there around you and more closer to us now too, which is really weird. Yeah, I see a bear walk through a neighbor in here, I'd be shocked. I would probably have a heart attack. I shot more deer than people back when I was. Oh, I probably wouldn't doubt it. Mainly because of. Okay. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me either. That would not surprise me either. I mean, there's sections up here there you can't drive down the highway or in this particular up on 71 North. There are times you literally can't drive it without seeing a dead deer every couple. It's bummers. And trash cars too. But I feel bad for both the deer and he's just trying to get across the road and the poor guy's just trying to get home. In fact, we lost a friend to hitting a deer. It trashed him. Trashed his car pretty bad too. You're not a fan of pet birds? My brother had a parrot. That thing was great, but he was mean there. He got along with me, but he did not like his master. It happens when you kill off wolves and bears. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does. When you take away the food tray, when you start messing with the food chain, oh, yeah. That's why they have hog problems in every damn state in there. Yeah, and that's another thing. The wild hogs are crazy. Don't they in some states have actually bounties on them? I currently have an African gray. I think that's what Tim's was an African gray. Do you like him? They're great pets. It's funny. Tim did a good job getting him, but he did not like Tim at times, and it was his bird. I was laughing. Yes, that's what I thought. Yeah, they're horrible. Yeah, I know this because I know a buddy said he was going to jokingly said he was going to go down and hunt hogs and make some cash. That's like the bounty they have down there on boas and constrictors down there in the Everglades and stuff. Oh, really? From hatchling? Oh, that's awesome. We had a cockatiel. Now that thing was great. We found him. It must have escaped. I had signs up for like 6 months. Nobody ever claimed him, but he got along with my ex-wife's cat. It would literally sit on his head. They were like buddies. So we just kept it until she finally passed on. It was an older bird. You could tell it was an older bird, but it was smart. And I felt bad because whoever lost it or got away from it, they never found the bird. And I had flyers up and everything like for 6 months. And I finally just gave up. And him and Smudge had become friends, so we just kept him. Yeah, the cockatiel. He was a character too. Yeah, I do have a little bit of a problem having a bird because you want him to fly around and be free. But he flew around the house. He didn't have his wings clipped. which really amazed me because what happened was he had gone out the back door, my ex, and he just flew right in. And he just stayed. So we went and got a cage and we just left the door open. And even when we left the door open, he would never fly back out because we kind of thought maybe if he flew out, he'd find his way back home. But he just stayed. Oh, macaw. Ooh, nice. Good night, Robert. I hope we didn't upset you by that we keep birds. I love birds. They should be free, but sometimes they need to have a little special place too. You have a good night, Robert. Please rest well. I hope I'll see you tomorrow. Many birds are smarter than, yeah, that's true. That's why one said, like he was saying, Tim I don't think Tim ever left his parrot. He was always on top of the cage. The only time he always left the door open. He had his wings clipped, but it grew back or it grew, and he was able. That was before I moved in with him for a while. I lived with him, but he flew all over that apartment. He never tried to go out the door or anything. He stayed pretty much right near his cage, and Tim had a perch up in the corner over by a hanging planter, and he would just hang out there, make all kind of noise, let us know he's. Groundhogs are smaller than most people. Yeah, see, and I don't mind keeping birds. If you're going to keep a bird, you should be able to let him fly. Now, that's one thing I liked about the zoo the last time. That was many moons. I need to go back to Columbus Zoo. I always liked going and just sitting in the aviary area. They had a big old dome with all the birds in it. I was perfectly content. Listening to them singing stuff. I thought, no argument for me, Chris. That's funny. Smart. It's true. It's true. I know a Venus flytrap is probably smarter than me. I told Dad that's what we're going to have to do, get a Venus flytrap. I have a friend that has like 4 of them. And he's got them, we've got 2 in his kitchen and 2 on his back porch because it's screened in and got windows so it doesn't get cold. He says it takes care of the flies. She never has to worry about it. What is that game? Plants versus Zombies? It should be just Plants versus Humans. Looks like all the rain is still way up to the northeast of us. So we may not see anything tonight, which is fine with me. My grass is cut. Still got a weed eat. That'll be a pretty breeze in the morning. And then the store. Then to go get my son. And then I got a few projects I need to do in the afternoon. And then chill out before stream. Because I think tomorrow I'm going to try to chill out a couple of hours before I stream. So, AK, are the ribs done yet? Here's what she said. Of course, everybody can read what she said. But I heard the same thing about that. So are they alien creatures? He also has this weird looking flower plant, like a tube, and they go in and it drop down in this liquid. That thing, it moves and it's creepy. That one's more creepy than the fly trap. I don't know what they're called, but it's like a funnel plant. It has like a liquid, and it literally that draws the fly in. But it will shift, and you can actually see it shift, and it's creepy looking. It's like, whoa, dude. I think you can find them everywhere. See, that's one thing I don't know much about. I just remember that guy has them, and you can go to the store now and buy them. But that's what he has. That's what he uses for his fly swatters or his Venus fly traps. He said, "I leave them there." Usually, you see a fly, it's gone within a little bit. You look over, and one of the things are closed. Ribs are done, pretty good. Oh man, we're all going to AK's for ribs. Everybody join me. Meet me out the car. We're heading over, AK. He's got ribs going. They're done. Debating and throwing on some bacon wrapped jalapenos. Ooh, now you're talking. Holy crap. Hi, ribs sound good. Hi, really? How you doing? Well, the Venus flytraps or the flowers that I was talking about, those flowers are creepy. I mean, I've seen them in documentaries. I've just never seen one real. And that thing was just, wow. It did look like something from an alien planet, as bad as the Venus flytraps did. No, but I don't think they have a great range, but they do a pretty good job with flying. The fly traps. That's like somebody said they had a salt gun that was shooting flies with. They cracked me up. Somebody got my mom before, a long time ago. One of those fly swatters with the whole square cut out in it said, "Give the fly a sporting chance." That woman hit that fly every time in that square. It was like, "Mom, just give up. I'll get you a real fly swatter." There's Cindy. She came back. Yeah, those ribs do sound good. I may have to have a little snack. I want to do some things before I go to bed and see if I can catch the meteor shower. Oh, they are? I didn't know that. I always thought they were. Yeah, I heard the same thing. Isn't there craters down? No, there's craters everywhere. Just people don't know. We have. Oh, you have your first band meeting tomorrow since Shauna's passing. Starting back up, possible going to change the name. That's been tossed around. We'll see. Oh, cool. Good luck, Chris. I hope it works out. That's good. That's good. I'm sure Shauna makes her happy too. Get that band rocking again. If you play anything close, I'll come and see you. Like I might even bring a handful of people. You're a Pink Floyd fan. A lot of my friends are Pink Floyd fans. They're all over the place. There's craters everywhere. I don't think people realize it. I love it. You two go for it, man. Are you hearing? There's craters everywhere. A lot more than people realize. I'm sure at one point this earth took a pretty good beat. Google says they live in a small coastal plain region. Oh, you have, Blue? Well, that's cool. So it's possible. Just let me know. I got friends that love good music. I love seeing stage bands. That's what I call you guys. That's what they call you up here, stage bands. I'm sure you play your own original stuff too, right? Oh, I'll tell you what. That one of the Pink Floyd Like tribute bands came through not too long ago, and they had such a good ticket sales at the Newport here that they actually moved it to a bigger venue over there by the hockey rink by Nationwide, because they had sold out and they didn't have enough room for everybody that wanted to come see it. Everybody said it was really good. I can't remember which one it was though, because I know there's a couple of them out there. Oh, there you go. Cool. Cool breeze. You're folding. Have a good night, Chris. You take care. Have a good day tomorrow. I'll probably see you tomorrow night. Oh, and before you go, John's supposed to call me tomorrow, so I should have an answer for you. Okay? If you heard that, Chris. Yeah, he's gonna let me know. Cool. Yeah. I told him everything, and he said he'd get back with me. He came back last night. And he said when he got time to settle, he'd let me know on the info. So hopefully that'll be tomorrow. So I have talked to him. I'm just waiting for the call back. You have a good one, Chris. I'll see you on the flip side, bud. Yeah, I think I'm going to get ready to call it a night, too. I want to go out there and play sneaky pants with the telescope and see if I can see anything. And then I will be here tomorrow at midnight for Gemma's replay. Like I said, we're going to replay the first listener encounters one. It's nice. I figured those would be good to watch replays, and we could talk about everybody's encounter. And then, of course, tomorrow night I'll also show you what she's doing for her premiere video at 11. And as far as I know, we are streaming at noon, and hopefully Long Island will be with us, Mr. Mike. And then Wednesday, intuitive oracle readings with Gemma. This is all about her anyways. And then Thursday night, I don't know if it's going to be all three of us or Laura. We'll have to play that one by itself. Last Thursday was really nice, and I'm glad everybody had a good time. Actually had a good turnout. Thank you, folks. That was awesome. I was in kind of a funky mood, but I was pretty happy when I got off. And then, of course, me. Yep, I'm going to go see if I can catch me a meteor. You know, us dragons, we fly pretty high. Maybe I can catch a couple on my mounds. Play tag with the meteors. Yeah, I'm going to catch me a meteor. That's right. Not a bar band. We play larger venues, usually music. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's all right. I'm not a bar person like I used to be. I mean, I go out maybe twice a month. One time, usually I go by myself just to go and have a drink and just kind of enjoy my solitude. And then usually I go out with a couple of my friends. I usually end up as a designated driver anyways, or that or a UFO. Yeah, I'll chase me a few UFOs too. If I catch a UFO, I'll bring it back, okay? And then I'll show all those people in Congress, they're real. Okay, really, are we running the gamut on gears as well as a change in the gears on some standard song? That's cool. We run the gamut on. See, yeah, you do play a pretty good variety of music. I will say that, Chris, from listening to you talk. Film it for us, okay? Now, would you crap your pants if I came back tomorrow night and I'm a dragon and I catch a UFO in my mouth and bring it back? Would you just have a heart attack or what? Even better yet, catch a meteor and bring it back? He really is a dragon. Yeah, I'm hoping. See, the thing is here, I'm hoping I can get out front and it's cloudy out front. I think a lot of my dad, we have Don Scott's Airport that's just north, and a what do they call it? A small place up in the north on the street. And a lot of times when I see them, they're flying around with these little small planes because it's a small plane area. And we see a lot of them following small planes or look like they're going to crash and then they book. So I can imagine what they're seeing. They could do anything from you. Bring in the band. It's awesome. Yeah. That what we should do is find a good location for him to play and have it just a YouTube party out the wall. There you go. That's awesome. I'm glad you're getting back together, Chris. I think that's good. I really do. If I had the attitude, I'd go back to banging on a bass again. That's what I did. I really never had any lessons. The guys in the band taught me how to play, and we just did nothing but play crazy old punk music anyways. I didn't do much, just stand there, try to look cool and laugh at myself. We didn't do anything big. I think a lot of it was just garage parties and stuff like that. We're just playing and everybody just hung out. Like I said, I did nothing but bang on it. They didn't do too bad teaching me what I needed to know, though. I can't complain. I got talked into it anyways, only because I already looked like a punker at that time. Got to get someone who can throw it. You know, Sheldon from Young, Sheldon does. Big Bang Theory. We put everything on a hold for Sean, so it's time to start back. Yes, it is. You'll find one. Live up to her standard. You're not going to find a replacement, you'll find somebody to do the job. I'm sure of it. No, I actually went and checked. He said when he was in here that, I don't know if you saw him, he came in. I think he said they were getting ready to crash. Let me look. Let's check. Actually, no, but just so you folks know, on Paranormal Chop Shop, here we go. Let me do this real quick. Go here and do this. Copy. Here you go. You guys get bored with me. Over on Paranormal Chop Shop right now is Jim Goodall, Big Willie's on there, Izzo, Sonny's there, of course, and Ren. They're all on. So if you get bored with me, you can go check them out. Yeah, I saw him earlier. I thought maybe he'd come back. Yeah, he did. He came back, and then I think he said something that he was about ready to crash. But yeah, Sonny and them guys are on. I may stop in and say, yo. In fact, I'm going to do that just for fun while I'm on. He'd get a kick out of it. I like Sonny. Sonny's a good guy. Do this real quick. Where'd he go? Okay. Yeah, he's talking to Jim Goodall. I'm going to say hi to him real quick. Wait a minute. Come on, come on. Let me do this. I figure I got to say hi. He stops in here all the time. I should do the same. And I haven't seen Big Willie for a while. I love listening to Jim Gold, though. He tells some great stories, though. Good all. I got to say hi. Buster Hearts. I didn't know he's streaming tonight. So I have to say hi to them. Man, I'm horrible. Why is it doing that? My keyboard's messing up. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that's weird. I've never had that happen. Oh, okay. I see why I did that. Yeah, I just send him. Let him know I sent him a link, and you guys might come over and say hi if you want to go say hi. Sonny's a good guy. They're talking to him, so that's good. Yeah, I'm happy for you, but I really like to see you get out there and play. I love Sultans of Sway. It's one of my favorite tunes. I love that whole album, actually. I am a big fan of Dire Straits. I've seen them twice. I love that song. It's one of my favorite songs. That and Roller Girl. And there's another one I love really a lot. Yeah. Hey, bud, how you doing? Sorry, I'm gonna put his link in here one time. He's got 17 people watching. Here we go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go out and do a little stargazing and let you folks go. If you're bored, Sonny's got a pretty good show going on with him now. So you guys, I'm gonna call it a night. Go have a beer and a steak with Sonny over there. And please, folks, have a wonderful day. And I'm going to see you tomorrow because, yeah, I'm going to call it a night. I do want to go check it out. Stretch my legs a little bit and maybe even hang out with Sonny for a bit and say my highs over there. You guys have a wonderful one. I'll see you on the flip side. It was great. It's always great having you guys. I don't know if I can make it to 3 tonight. And we're almost there, actually, a half hour away. But I really do want to call it a good night. And go do me a little scar date. I'm going to go say hi to Sunny so I can properly say hi to them. And there's links there. Go check them out. You guys know Sunny, so please go over and say hi to him. Jim Goldar's there. Big Willie's there. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. And I'll talk to you later, folks. Thanks again for coming. I really do appreciate it. And thanks for all the super chats and everything. You guys are awesome. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Or actually,